What is up everyone, it's TK and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna dive into this strategy here, and yes, I'm back on it. I know it's been a few days, but obviously I was trying to switch a few things, maybe get some more in-depth stuff about this army and actually be a better version of myself. So recently I've been doing 320 cups obviously with it, and I really like the addition of the minion prints, and I want to give you a quick kind of, I would say, guide on these videos without actually diving into the attacks. I know the live attacks are enjoyable for a lot of you, but sometimes for me it's a bit tougher when you're doing a controlled double sui hero charge into a Lalo attack to explain everything in the attack, and I feel like I sometimes miss a few things, and also sometimes it just kind of makes sure I don't really pay too much attention to the game. So I'm gonna try my best to bring you back the live attacks, but for now we're gonna dive into some of my hits and see how we triple every single base style. So firstly, we're going to be diving into this little base right here, and you know, whenever you're switching from a strategy to another one, you always find these rage invis bases. So I want to give you a tip on how to get them. First thing first, you want to make sure you avoid this bad boy right here if there is one in the base. Secondly, you really want to drop a fireball onto each of these furnaces, or for example, not furnace, the fire splitters or the infernos which are connected to the clan castle. If not, it's okay, but look at this. Be patient with your healers. Always drop a loon right when you see there is a few traps, and never make sure like the Sneezy dies. Sneezy is very good, not only because it tanks for the healers, but certainly because the Sneezy deploy a certain like booger to try to tank for also the warden. This means the multi-archer tower, the monolith, enemy heroes. These things will also be wider when they're doing the damage. Now, a lot of people think because we got only 2 rages, you really shouldn't use a rage early on. But guys, guess what? We're gonna use it, and you're gonna see what happens. So, I thought here my warden would just hit the sweeper, but I was like, you know what? I would go with another hit, but no, I just couldn't. But I'm investing another invis, and it's okay. We are going to grab the core with a nice little fireball, and now what you need to do is when the warden goes to the right, you want to start the Sui to the left. You want to have your queen, healers, and the mini warden with the earthquake spell with the log launcher. Here you want to deploy the king right in front of that defense, if again it's in the base. But just look and adore this, right? I have so much troops to yet to deploy, so much spells, and the minion prints, but the base is gone with like 3 abilities. This is the issue where everyone is kind of telling a lot of people about, like, the abilities are the ones that are hurting the game, which I feel like there can be some adjustments to it, but I think with the more town halls we go higher, it's gonna be tougher to grab these damage and values with these abilities because the defenses get extra levels. Yes, this is happening a lot in my attacks. The healers switch to random troops. Guys, I know, and I've seen other YouTubers when they are having a lot of problems with their healers switching. It's broken. Like, this is literally broken, and they need to fix this. The healers just switch or never switch back. These two things are so annoying. But on this attack, you didn't quite see the Lalo and the minion prints. It's okay. I really wanted to show you the power first, and then we're going to move on to how we're going to be using the Lalo and the minion prints. In what areas is the best way to use them? How can you crush bases even with using these 2 major parts of our Lalo? Which is, again, so hardcore. Like, I can literally go to the next attack with these troops here, with those spells and those little like balloons and the lava hound and the minion prince. It's crazy. But let's move on to another hit and see how I triple that base. So up next, we have this base right here. A lot of you may have seen it. It's a very good and popular base. Not a lot of people know how to triple, and a lot of people are failing on this out there. But the major thing you want to do on these ones, whenever you see a double rage, if there is a Giga Bomb on one of them, try to go for that side. So that means once you grab the value, let me put it for the pen. Once you grab this value, nothing is going to go inside that area to necessarily activate the Giga Bomb. So you will technically just go around it and never really activate it. Now, of course, you could get a bit unlucky and stuff and activate it later on with like Yetis or Log Launcher. It's okay, it's completely fine, but at least your warden isn't the one, or your king isn't the one activating it. Now, this is where, because of this enemy queen, we're gonna go with that spell. But one thing you need to notice is that I noticed the bomb tower didn't get inside the invisibility quickly, and I have to go with that last invis to try to grab the value. Watch out for the enemy queen. Usually you can drop a headhunter. Like, I know I have only two, and honestly it was never a problem of killing heroes in this army. And you can see how the funnel is being set. Now giant arrow, healers, mini warden, and the log launcher. Notice my earthquake spell, how I'm gonna deploy it. It's not getting deployed on this defense, but necessarily it's deploying to open up the walls and damage the clan castle. If there are bases that they take no builders around the clan castle, you can actually take that down and use the poison for the enemy heroes. Now we're going in with the ability of the king, headhunter grabbing the minion prince, warden is fine. Just make sure whenever you're getting close to the archer tower, just drop one loon, and with the boogers, it just makes sure the multi-archer tower damage is outposted to multiple targets, so you don't necessarily take too much damage. Now the log launcher is gonna get open. The rocket looms come out to tank for the traps. The yetis are beautifully there. One thing you need to now do, if the warden is healthy, try to go with the minion prince to support the queen. The queen cannot get through the rest of the base. You might be saying, well, what happened to the town hall? Well, guys, absolutely don't worry. You're gonna see another hit too that I didn't literally care. Like, the town hall can be the last thing to go down, and yes, the traps on the top side was crazy, but still, look at the amount of loons, heroes, and control we really have. You can place any building you want at the end of the attack and reach it as long as you have the time. So the moment you pop the fireball, that is nearly around the time where you need to start the attack. Sometimes you can have a deeper fireball if you wish to, but honestly, it's not really the point. You don't have to go with the most craziest, most valuable fireball, which on the next attack I will show you exactly what I mean. So on the next one, I want to show you a double rage, whereas the rage towers are very far, and you see these type of bases getting added to the meta a lot more recently, but still, these rage towers are so far, and that means you have to have a nice back end, because guess what? Whichever rage tower you start your attack, the other one is too far for either of your heroes to reach it quickly. That means you're gonna grab all the base to reach that top side rage tower or the lower side rage tower. Now, because the top rage tower has 2 scatter and 2 infernos, not 2 scatter, 1 scatter, 2 infernos, and enemy queen, I really appreciate that fireball value, because we are doing a Lalo attack, and those defenses are very annoying, especially with the double ricochet cannon. So what did I mean by not a perfect fireball? It's exactly on this attack where you don't have to deploy the fireball right in the rage tower if you don't want to, for example, use the frost spell or the ice block, or use more invisibilities. Notice this, a lot of people will be greedy to drop the fireball on the rage tower, but I have kept an ice block and I have kept an extra rage or an invis for the warden. These are where you can see the difference in value, but at the same time, once you see the warden is protectively choosing the right hand side, make sure you support him with the extra loon, with maybe a headhunter. Then you can start with the queen. Notice how I dropped the healers a bit further away from the inferno angle, but personally I have no idea how the Inferno is targeting my healers, because the shadow of my healers is completely outside of the Inferno range. So these are the little things that could happen to you in Legends, and it's completely okay. Now, with a late and a further away log launcher drop, we're gonna open these walls, and the king always goes right next to the queen to go into the next compartment. One thing you need to watch out is the multi-archer tower again. You're gonna see the boogers are helping out a lot, and the next thing you need to watch out is the monolith. But you're gonna see how I'm adding so much stuff here to support the warden. Meanwhile, the king and queen will grab this area, and this back end is heavy, so that's why the Lalo is so important to be good. And also the minion prince. Minion prince is technically a hero that can be a lava hound, so this little tip, make sure you remember it. Sometimes in the attack, it's okay, your warden could switch back to the heroes if they're way too close to each other, which in this case it happened. And unfortunately, yeah, it's just something that I didn't really want to happen, but it is what it is. Now you're gonna see I raged these up, and I can see the lower side. Let's help them with the Lalo. Why not the minion prince? Is because there's already 3 heroes on this lower side. If I drop the minion prince, the top side and the rage tower will kind of annoy us. So you want to spread the damage, which means the mini Lalo comes from the lower side, help take care of the air defense and the troops. One Luna and the minion prince on the top side, grabbing the value, and the rest you can freeze the Inferno, go in with a spam group of these loons, and then you have the ice block, which you can use with the lava hound, you can use with the minion prince to tank basically and crush bases. And once that is completely gone, you can then use the minion prince ability to tank for even more. Like, this minion prince is like a moving golem combined with a lava hound that does a lot of damage. This is why I think the minion prince works a lot better than the royal champion in this army, and it's just absolutely wonderful. So you can see how these bases that have a lot more further away rage tower from each other could annoy you, but if you have a good control, you can always come on top of them. Now up next we have a diamond base, which again the rage towers are further away from the town hall itself. They are way too far, and again it's a risk to go opposite side, which completely it's okay, guys. Like, I'm here to show you it's okay to take the risks, okay? So I'm going to choose the top rage tower on this attack because you can kill the enemy queen with the fireball, but you can't kill the royal champion with the fireball, which isn't the biggest deal because royal champion does go down with like one shot, I believe, afterwards. But the most important part is this little building here. If you funnel that, which in this case, as you can see, there's a lot of less HP left, the warden doesn't come up. He's gonna then just move downwards, what you want him to do. So you don't really want the warden and the queen to be in the same area together. Going with a nice fireball, and yeah, we just didn't grab the rage tower again fully, and it's completely okay. What we're gonna do is to again protect the warden, make sure he's okay, and then we can go with that sneaky goblin to do the tanking, going with the queen, log launcher, giant arrow, healers, loons, mini warden. Once the damage is being set up for the warden and the queen, then you want to make sure you have a nice king deployment. Drop a little bit of the wall breaker here, so he has access to deeper version of this base, like deeper aspects on the base. And then of course, as you can see, the earthquake were placed around the walls and the core. Warden is okay for now. You can then zoom outwards and try to protect triple heroes, but you don't need to protect the king really. Just let him go with the ability. Crushing the back end of this base, make sure the front of the base, which is the town hall, doesn't have much of the damage. Going with a nice baby dragon on the lower side, obviously still going, raging early for the yetis and the queen because we are going to fight the minion prince. If you took down the clan castle, go with the poison on the minion prince. You can see my minion prince, I'm gonna now add the Lalo to help the minion prince. These are all like kind of base depending, right? You can see the top side, warden is completely okay. So on the lower side, why let the minion prince go alone when there could be so much traps and air defenses? Help him with the Lalo. There could be air traps, there could be tornado. That's why I never really drop all my loons always in one area unless the lava hound is exploded and is finding the traps. As you can see, there is a tornado trap here. But look at the spells, man. Honestly, it just doesn't matter. We're crushing bases with 3 heroes alive, so many troops alive, and so many swag spells on most of the attack. And this is why I like this army, because it's very versatile. You technically have everything you need to triple any base layout. Let's move on to the last one, which is going to be a box base with double rage. So up next, we're going to have this base right here, and it's a lot of damage, man. It's a lot of damage, so that's why a lot of people fail on these ones, and I want to show you how to get through them. Now, there is 2 mistakes I make on this attack, I believe. One of them is I didn't go for this rage tower where I told you about the Gigabomb. But mainly when I was thinking of that was in the attack itself, I thought because there is so much gap on this area, my warden after the fireball will always get dragged. So that's why I thought he wouldn't go into the Gigabomb if I do the attack on the other side anyway. So that's why I was like, you know what, let me just go with my gut. And I was like, I'm just gonna drop the warden here, waiting for him to grab the mortar, because after that he's gonna go into the ricochet cannon range with double expo, and you don't really want that in case you miss a fireball. Quickly I went with extra loons after I'm doing this. Like, these are all controls and experience. Doing the invisibilities, waiting a bit more for the wizard tower, and boom, going with the fireball right into that tower. Now, giving warden some time. I told you it's okay, like before in the previous videos, I told you it's okay if the warden come to the enemy heroes, like your heroes. And it's completely fine on this attack. As I told you, after the fireball, he might sometimes end up coming to the place where you want to drop the log launcher and your queen. So now you need to protect him and the queen at the same time. Make sure the king is a bit further than them. You definitely don't want the king to go inside the base after that. Going with the poison, I thought it would be Furnace CC, but it's triple ice golem. So my poison is kind of swagged as the ice golem just came out of it. But now the king, I'm gonna have, I believe here, 2 loons on this mortar right here, so he can go back in and use the spiky ball a lot better onto the proper defenses and damage everything. After the king took down the queen, I'm a bit more freely to go with a loon on the wizard tower just to take it out. Once I know the queen will start hitting the wall, I'm gonna go with the next rage so I can rage her up, get through that wall quicker. It's a very, very stupid wall because she needs to beat through another one, but it is what it is. Minion Prince on the top side, a little bit of a Lalo on the right hand side to try to tank for the Minion Prince also and grab the enemy Minion Prince. So my Minion Prince absolutely wrecked it. And going with the free spell, we got more free spells. If you see you are personally the type of person to go with longer fireballs and more crazier fireballs, you can take 1 or 2 frees out and just take more invisibilities. Or even I sometimes wanted to go with like a haste spell to try to haste the Lalo. But the thing with this army is the Lalo is basically a protected layer for your heroes. Either for your queen you can protect her, or for your minion prince, or sometimes they can do a solo act on the base and your heroes will again be protected. But that is generally how the army works. For those who missed my Legends attacks or the previous videos and the ones that are new here on the channel, I appreciate you guys hanging all the way till the end. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and let me down below what you want to see after the update, because the update will change the meta hopefully for the best. And again, I will see you soon guys later in the future. Take care and peace.